Very good morning to all of you. Today I Sujata here for 9th standard. Today we are going to start our second term syllabus in which we are going to start short story. Okay. And from this book we are going to start our poem The Gold Within. This poem has been written by James Patrick Kinney. First of all, we need to get information little bit about the poet. That James Patrick Kinney is an American poet who wrote this poem in 1960s. Although it was first rejected as being too controversial, it gained popularity rapidly after it had been read out a council meeting of all religions. This poem basically describes a thinking of six people in which that includes selfishness, prejudice, malice, suspicious to dictate their actions, and refuse to share the log to fuel of dying fire. This poem is a simple yet powerful reminder that if we selfishly hold on the world's resources, the wealth that it has to offer, if we persist the discriminating on grounds of race, religion, caste, gender, and ethnicity, we all are all lost. So this poem basically running on a six peoples who has a different thinking, and this scene created happenstance. Happenstance means automatically, surprisingly. Okay, so let's start this poem. Six humans trapped by happenstance in bleak and bitter cold. Each one possessed a stick of wood, or so the story is told. So first of all, here we are going to discuss the line, the title of this poem, The Cold Within. Cold, it is not mean of that you feel like in winter. It represents that some kind of jealousy in itself. Okay, we have a feeling of revenge with others. So as I study this passage, this shows that there are six humans. Coincidentally, they stuck on a single positions where in bleak and bitter cold. It was a winter season, and the bleak means a dark area or the cooling area due to winter, like a foggy time. Each one possessed a stick of wood. Everyone is having a wood stick, or so the story is told. As the story told, that possessed stick, they are holding a stick in their hands. They're dying fire in need of logs. But the first one held hers back. Hers shows that there was a woman, white woman, for the faces round the fire. She noticed was black. She was not, fire was going to be black. Fire was going to be finished, but she did not enter his own stick. Why? Because she don't want to save black persons. She noticed that out of six, one is black, so I don't want to save him. So she did not put her stick in the fire because it creates some racist issues in an American time. The next man looking crossed the way saw one knot of his church and could not bring himself to give the fire his stick of birch. So the next person who was very religious, he's also having his own stick. He can save the fire, he can burn the fire more, but he did not put the fire stick in his fire. Why? Because he noticed that one of the person who was not from his religion, so I don't want to save him. There was a religion issues. The third one sat in tattered clothes, and he gave his cot a hitch. Why should his log be put to use? to warm the idle rich. There we are talking about the rich person, but who was becoming in a poor man. He have tattered clothes. It means the clothes was not well. But the person who was rich don't want to put his stick because the another person was too poor. He's having a classism issue because one person is rich and another is poor, so their thinking is totally changed. Continuing with this point, the third sentence, the third one said tattered clothes. A person who was very poor, he gave his cot a hitch. Why should his log be put to use? To warm the idle rich. Here we are talking about which means a stick. Now he told how I put my stick in the fire, because he noticed there is a rich man, and if rich man is not putting anything, why should I always used to suffer related to economical, financial, all the conditions, then why should I? So he did not put his stick in the fire. The rich man just sat back and thought. And here we are talking about the rich person who was sitting behind and thinking of the wealth, that he had stored much more money in their life and how to keep what he had earned. And he knows how to keep all these things safely, whatever he has. So from the lazy, shiftless poor, he told that why should I waste all these things for the poor? I will not put my stick in the fire. In the next sentence, it shows the black man's face bespoke revenge. Remains, that badla. And bespoke that represent. As the fire passed from his side, fire was going to be shut. It was going to be finished. Now, the black man's thinking about the white man. That white man, the white woman did not put her stick in the fire. So why should I? So for all he saw in his stick of wood was a chance to spite or fight. I will not save her. So in the next phase is the last man of this forlorn group did not accept gain. Now the person who was selfish, the person who was opportunistic, that fallen means there is no hope. He said that giving only to those who give. He said, I only give help to them. I should have any benefit. Was how he played the game. So why should I? If other fives not put his stick in the fire, why should I put my stick? Their logs held tight in the death still hands. Like when a person dies, holds everything and close his hands tightly. So they hold their logs very tightly in their hands. Was a proof of human sin. It was human sin only, pap, that everybody is thinking about itself for revenge, for like their challenges, like they are thinking about their level, money, and all these things. They did not die from cold without. They didn't die due to fog and due to season, weather. They died from the cold within. They died just because they are thinking wrong. This is all about the poem. And once more, we are going to summarize. This is written by James Patrick Finney. The poem name is Cold Within. It means they have a negative feeling itself. So the first person who did not put the stick, that is white woman due to racist issue. Second one is who is religious. He thinks that the one person is not from the church. That the third one is who was poor man, who was thinking about itself, that every time I suffer I will not put it. And the fourth one is rich, who is becoming lazy due to poor man. Next one is black man, who was thinking about the white woman. And in the last, that the person was opportunistic. Thank you. Have a good day.